Welcome to Roofing Part 2. On this test, I'm going to build a new type of roof. I'm going to build it angled on the sides with an angled front. Kind of like you get the four-sided. I'm only going to do three though to merge it in with my simple back roof that we learned how to do on the last video. To start with, taking a suggestion Jesse had, I'm actually made bigger roof chunks. It'll make things go a lot faster in doing the basic builds. So I'm going to start off with my front roof. I've already got a group for it. I'll make a new layer for roof 2 front. Give me my grid. And, show the group, that's why. So I can start laying in these bigger chunks. This will go a lot faster, instead of having to build them up at the beginning. Take that. And actually, need to make it extend out. Don't forget this, or else it won't meet in the center. Down right there. Now I can copy it out. We'll align it again. And there we go. Now I'm going to do the back roof. In last video I talked about a problem there was with the back roof tiles. I think I have found an answer to that. So what we were doing the last week, copying this, moving it over for another section if I can get it lined up, and got this ugly little line in between. So I kind of mentioned this, didn't want to do it at the time. I'm going to take my select tool, give me about a 5 feathered edge, and I'm just going to cut the very end off of this roof piece. Leaves a nice little feathered edge. Now in this case, now I no longer have a perfect corner to work with, so I'm going to have to come down a little bit and create for myself a little handle I can use. And make sure it's a fill that in. Now I've got a handle that I can use for alignments. And when I do this, line them up. Get rid of 2. I'm going to keep 1 because I'm going to need it when I put it on the maps. Take my grid off so it's easier to see. No more seam. I think that's going to work real good. I do have to keep 1 hard seam that I can use for my first round of edges. And actually I've already done the backside that I'm going to need for this map. And I'm going to hide this layer so I can see. New layer, roof 2. This will be the back. Not too much. I'll come out here, lay it in. Put in another one a bit further right there. And one more time. That looks good. Now I've got my handle, so I can pick up the one with the feathered edge. Come back, do the same things. That works. Here's the back edge of my roofs over here. Then just delete out my little handles. Yeah, that looks much cleaner. Okay. Next, add both of those. Still need to be able to see my center point, so even though I'm not going to use it, I'm still going to stick in, if I can find it, this side. Just helps me find my center. And just call it center because it's a temporary piece. And I decided the other day 1, 2, 3, 4 is where it is. And I'm going to put the new layer of the peak. I've also built out longer peak pieces to work with. Start off just going long, then we'll position it exactly later. So there. Going just a little bit further out. I don't think I'll need this much. Use this to line it up. And then we can bring these back in. Just like before, I'm going to lower their transparency so I can see what I'm working with. Make sure I unfeather that for cutting the roof back off. Come up to the corner. Then we'll come up to over this one too, where the peak joins. Then back out to the other corner. We'll delete the excess of the peak and both roof pieces. So I'm going to bring them back. Turn off the grid. Don't need my center anymore. I'm just going to delete that layer. Just going to come through here. Cut all of this off the back. We're going to do the same thing to cut. Yeah, wrong one. Cut all the excess off the front. Then we're going to add in a front piece to the roof. And you can see here I've done it again. I forgot to align that back piece before I cut. Hopefully this will work. Yes. We'll be fine with that. So now I'm going to build a new. Now front back's not working. This will be a roof 2 southeast to put this in. Let's just hide both of these for the moment. And I'm going to put this one along the front. Red, view, shade red. And a lot of excess on this one. Now what my point here to do is I'm going to take this one, come from the corner up to where it's going to meet the peak, and back down to the other corner. And this will be a little bit tricky. We're going to come here, cut off the peak. Then I'm going to invert the selection. And then I can delete the outside parts of the roof. Turn these 2 layers back on. And now I'm basically just going to come through one more time. This is actually going to be easier to do if I turn all the roof pieces off. Come up to the corner of the building. Go through the other corner. Now I can turn them back on. And we'll cut off the rest of the front and the back. You turn off the grid again so we can see what's the. Looks pretty good, but you can see here everything kind of blends together. So I'm going to take that back section, do a little bit of a hue saturation, and colors, hue saturation, and just make it a little bit darker so it contrasts with the other pieces. And there it is, getting into a little bit fancier roofing styles.